Hi all, it's Hamza, letting agent, landlord and property fanatic. Today we're going to talk about property, surprise. I really want to start off just by retouching on how important property is. So for humanity, shelter has always been there right at the top for the most important things. Okay, now even if I think about it now, I can't think of many things that are more important than my home, than property. Okay. So if I just drill off a few things, there might be family, peanut butter, gym, peanut butter. So there you go, great example. Not many more things are important than property. However, guess what? Property just got even more important. Look how much we value our homes now. Our homes are a safe haven. There's our protection, and property just got a hell of a lot more important. So today what I'm going to cover is 10 points of how the property market's changed since Corona. Okay, so there's some good ideas here in regards to how we can potentially see the property market moving forward post-Corona, and maybe to give you an idea how you should be navigating this space at the moment. Okay, first of all, divorce rates. Yes, divorce rates. We know, well, we're being advised that divorce rates are going to increase at a significant level. We can understand why. So obviously people are having to self-isolate. They've spent that much time in such a long time with their partners and realise they're not the right fix. I just feel like the people that are complaining their weddings got cancelled. Just imagine if you had to sit in self-isolation for your honeymoon, to count your blessings. But this is going to ultimately mean that a lot of properties are going to come on the market. From people splitting up, people are going to maybe see a smaller increase in demand from people that will split up and want their own smaller flats. So that's definitely going to contribute to some new properties coming onto the market. Debt repayment is going to be a massive thing. So if you look at the macro economy, what's happening is we can see a lot of businesses not exist post-corona. A lot of businesses looking at being more efficient, implementing technology right now, which will, reduce the need of the number of people they require. There'll be businesses that are outsourcing. That's happening a lot right now. And these are all going to ultimately lead to initially a higher, percentage of unemployment in the economy. It may also mean people have to do reduced hours, etc. This is going to mean that some people are going to be in the unfortunate situation where they can't afford to pay their mortgages. This is ultimately going to lead to repossessions, that kind of thing. So I was reading a stat just recently, and 1/3 of our UK population have less than £1,000 in savings. Also, if you think about the surge in especially new builds recently, it's been by the Help to Buy, which has obviously been a great idea in regards to encouraging home builders to build new houses, increasing home ownership levels. But what we do find with the minority of people that were purchasing under this scheme is they may not have had sufficient deposits, and they scraped enough deposits and they don't have money savings, and they would be highly effective interest rates which would increase, or if their income was to be reduced or removed. Okay. Number 3, uprats. So how many of you realize your house is inadequate for your needs? So for example, I live with my mother, my sister, my father, my cat, of course. And what I've realized over the last few weeks is there's not enough space. As much as I thought our house was huge before, I'm realizing when you're with everyone all the time, you need more space, or you need more rooms, or you need more different kind of spaces in your property. For example, myself, a gym would be perfect. A dedicated home office would be amazing. A cinema room would also be nice. Before, my routine was I would go to work, go to gym, come home, have my tea, maybe relax for an hour or so, go to my bedroom, and repeat that cycle. So on a typical day, especially in the week, at most, the awake hours they'll be at home is 2 hours. So you don't really get to see it. And in that time, people may be in and out as well. Now, point number 4, potential first-time buyers. And they're still going to be looking in the market to move or not. You know, there's so much uncertainty in regards to their future employment, property prices going up or down. They may have a safer option, which is to rent. Downsizing, so a massive option for people. So look, we're all becoming extremely, money conscious. I know I have really enjoyed my weekly trips to Aldi recently, and it's a trend that's across the whole country. People aren't spending as much as they used to, so people are really conscious about how much they spend. They want to save. So some people may think the house is a bit big, let's sell it, let's release some equity, and let's put that money in the bank, or maybe I reduce the hours I need to work, whatever it may be. Point number 6, some people may think sold property. If they own a property and got some equity in it, they might use this opportunity to reflect on their lives and think, you know what, let's go and travel, or let me go and pursue my dreams, or whatever it may be. So they may sell their property and do that. Now, I know you might think it's far-fetched, but look, it's the corona world at the moment. Nothing's far-fetched. People have got this opportunity to reflect, and I honestly feel like some people will think this is a great opportunity to reflect on our goals, and maybe I don't want to own a home. And I think people will want to be extremely more mobile. This is a trend we have seen before, especially with millennials. I think this will continue to grow. Point number 7, home improvements. How many niggly things have you seen in your house? It must be a lot, because I saw the queues on outside B&Q. How many things have you seen you can improve? Yeah, I've seen a lot. But I'm not the handiest of people, but I have started watching some YouTube videos and trying to educate myself. I have said to myself, I am going to do a project which is to featherboard my whole back garden and also build a barbecue area. I will keep you updated in regards to how that gets along. Number 8, home walking spaces. Look, we've had a few weeks to try and adapt and try and build the optimum efficient working space. I am not there, and I'm sure a lot of you are not there. 10 years ago, working from home would have been a luxury that people would have really fell over for. Now, it might be a little bit of a burden for many people. I hear a lot of people saying they can't wait to get back to work, etc., etc. I may do a separate blog on this, but I have started finding some good routines, good practices to do. I think the biggest thing is to try and have a separate working space for yourself, and to really kind of make sure when you're working, you're in that area, and when you're not working, you switch off and it's totally different area. Don't mix the two areas. Number 9, garden offices. That's a great idea, right? I know I would love to have a garden office right now, like with the most optimum, efficient working space. Okay? I think if you could add a garden office to your property, wow, that is an increased resale value. I can promise you. If you had an amazing garden office, I would pay more for your property. That's my guarantee. And then staycation, number 10, my final and last point for today. Staycation. The way I see it is a third of people will, post-corona, a third of people will get onto the first flight they can and get on themselves on holiday. A third of people will be extremely cautious. They'll follow government guidelines, and they will wait and hesitate and delay any potential holiday plans they may have. And there's going to be that third of people, okay, that are going to take a step back, review the situation, and maybe put holiday plans off permanently, be it for because they've got vulnerable people in their family, or they themselves are vulnerable, or they just want to be cautious, which is totally understandable. So what is going to happen from all of these factors is more people will travel with UK. Okay, people are going to stay in the UK more, which is absolutely fantastic, especially as we're based in Blackpool. It'd be great to see an increased surge in such a great town that we are in. However, I don't see people just going to hotels. Prior to obviously COVID-19, we're experiencing a huge trend in Airbnb style accommodation. People really preferring to have their own spaces, not being governed by when they can have breakfast or when they can check in or check out or things like this. So I feel UK travel will 100%, it will increase. However, I think the demand for Airbnb style properties will continue to increase. The quality of Airbnb properties will need to increase, and I also feel like with most industries, hotels, Airbnb properties, they will adapt. So it is, corona friendly, but I think what's happening with the whole of corona will also impact how we in the future see germs, see cleanliness, all of that kind of things. So I think standards of cleanliness will increase all the way throughout. So thank you for listening. That's my 10 things that I think how corona has affected the property market. And next week I've got a daily little vlog to do, bite size. I'm going to do 7 days of property tips. So what you as landlords should be doing right now, and hopefully a little bit of education for you guys as well. Thanks for listening, stay safe, and hopefully we can get back to normal.